Hi, this is BZ Rieger, and I wanted to play with you in the Quantum Toolbox. Just a short one. A bunch of beings have said in many different ways, how is everything connected? How do you know that? How do you see that? How do you connect those dots? And how are you decoding things, and why do things show up now? You say that it's hidden in plain sight, and you say that we can look around and it's there. So that's kind of the questions that are coming in that focus. How do I do that? Noticing is the very first thing, and slowing down. I have a busy schedule to do a lot of things, so I'm always kind of in a fast pace. But I found myself, particularly in the last 2 years, where I do things slower. I'm not sure that I'm actually digging a hole slower, or if I'm producing a food product slower, but maybe there's a way to describe it is more focused. That's not really accurate because I've always been focused in that. There's more of a singularity to how I'm present with something. And at the same time, I have a broader perspective on it. I have a wider aperture angle on my ability to engage fully with what I'm doing. So for an example, if I'm at work and I'm watching a bunch of, something's going on at work and there's a bunch of people around and they're doing something, I can move from different areas on the work site and notice different things while I'm focused on the particular project that I'm doing at that moment. And that noticing, just is letting me gather data. It's letting me gather information. I may notice specific people doing specific things. I may notice certain changes in something that's growing. So there's lots of different things, and I'm just gathering the data, and it kind of flows through with me. It's almost like I had and I actually do, they're all my apparatus in my Merkaba, my light body, but that I had different instruments that are gathering different kinds of data on different levels and different scopes: video, audio, sensory, touch, hearing, all sorts of ways. And I find that I can call up the file on that particular space of time, we'll call it, and can not only, so I'm looking at the raw feed of what I was doing, but I can pull in all of the data. So if someone has a question, or I need to know something about something that was happening, to the right of me while I was working on something, since I passed by it, since I noticed it and had a little bit of interaction with it, I can actually pull the data from that. Another way to explain it is, if you're looking at something, if you're trying to figure something out, if you're trying to suss something out, maybe there's a video that you heard and there's a report about something happening, or you're reading a post, let's say, on the IV or blog or something. You could take what I just described as a metaphor and use it. So look at the timestamp that particular post was written. Look at the date. Look at the different actual physical characteristics of whatever it is that you're coming into contact with. Then notice your physical characteristics as it relates to that. How are you receiving it? What are the questions that are coming up? What are the thoughts that are coming up? What's your sense of what you're engaging with? And then, did someone pass it along to you? Was there a certain place that you found it? Or, was there a correlation to other information, to other experiences, to other conversations that came in at that time? And what you'll find is that you're able to much more seamlessly interact with a whole abundance of data, much more than you ever would have before, but you're doing it in a way with more ease. So, so that may be why I give it the sense of slowing down. You're not rushing, you're not trying to push through to figure something out. You're letting it come to you. You're letting all of your, even if you don't understand them and can't really enumerate them, you're letting all of your energetic faculties, your different senses, your different skills, some call them superpowers, again, even if you're not, in a linear way cognizant of them, let them, register what's going on in your field, what's coming to you, and then let it flow through you. So I'm not sure why, but a colander just came to mind. So you've got these precious, fruit. Maybe they're strawberries. Okay, so they're soft, they're beautiful, they're tasty, but you don't want to mash them. So they're in a nice big colander, and you're gently rinsing them off, and that. So you could have all of the raspberries. The strawberries represent all of your faculties, all of your quantum abilities in this strainer, and the water is the data, the information, your experiences, your interactions, what you're encountering, what you're engaging with, flowing over the berries. And you're then taking all the different parts and letting the rest flow away. You're not having to gather it all. You're not trying to grab it. And for you, if you allow this to happen, because it's innate to you, this skill is innate to you, and it's different for each being, but there still is that ability in each one of us. And if you're not grabbing for it, but you simply are in the flow of it, so the flow of in this metaphor, the water is coming down and washing over the strawberries. You're being immersed in the energy frequencies and all that is unfolding, and you're gathering that data. Some just kind of passes by, like the water might just rinse off. Some, there might be like a droplet that forms and it holds there because there's more data. There's a packet of data for you to decode and play with. But that's a really helpful way to navigate your day. Again, whether you're trying to work on a problem, whether you're trying to expand a skill within you that you have, trying to just get through the day at work, whatever it is, it's hard to describe because it's a different flow and a different methodology that you're moving through the day with, and it just seems that a helpful way is to slow everything down. It doesn't mean that you move, in slow motion, although you could. It may be that's something that's helpful for you, but you're slowing everything down, and you're meeting it, you're letting it come, and you're meeting, you're having like we're having a meeting, a connection here, and engage with it, but in a way that you and whatever that you're engaging with, you're subject to one another, because there will be an exchange, there will be a relationship, a partnership, a flow back and forth. And when you slow it down, when you open up to all of you noticing that, it almost is like there's a hush. The world doesn't seem so rushed. There certainly doesn't seem the same chaotic. It's almost like the video of life, so to say, has slowed, and you can just pull this piece and look at it, and engage with this piece. Everything else is still going, and you can then let it go, and it goes back into whatever it was doing at the moment. This is another person. It could be, like I said, someone right next to you on the phone. It could be informations. It doesn't matter. It's the same metaphor of a tool works for all of those things. It helps you to make more sense of things. It helps you have more energy because you're not bombarded. It's a lot more fun. And it gives you, to use that old chestnut from the linear perspective, more time in the day because you're feeling in more in flow, so you feel like you've accomplished more things. Now, some of these may not be actual, running around doing something. You may be stationary. It may seem like you're not doing anything. It may seem like you're sleeping. But nonetheless, you are accomplishing many different things because so much is happening right now just within your own body. If you forgot everything that's happening out around you, outside of your physical vessel and all of your totality of you right here, there's enormous things going on. And that can be overwhelming. That can be exhausting. That can be exhilarating. So we need to find new ways, each one for ourselves, because there'll be similarities, but we're unique. So each one of us will do it in a different way, to flow with that, to create in that. And more and more and more, we're feeling the nudge. We're having conversations about that nudge to create more things, to have being asked to do something, our different missions and purposes and what we're doing. And some people are at the point where they easily get that and they go and they work at it, and some people don't understand that. They wish someone would give them the memo because they feel like they haven't gotten it yet. But in just working it out, in being drawn for some reason, nudged to play with this conversation that we're having, it's a signal from you to look at this particular quantum tool and see what parts of it fires up for you, and then you've created your own. That's what it's really all about. You engage and encounter something, connect with me and connect with others. And in that point of connection, in that point of relationship, when you're subject to one another, in that meeting, in that connection, in that moment, you've created an energetic envelope. You've created a reality in that moment. And from that, you gain the different creative materials, ingredients, to create your own tools, to create your own different flow. That could look something like what you were just engaged with, or absolutely nothing like it at all. But in that interaction, you allowed yourself, accepted from yourself, a spark for creation to move you down your path. So it happens all different ways, and as you play with that and engage with that, it's really terrific. It's fun. It makes the work part of the normal linear job part go a lot easier, and the people that you're working for are happier with you because, hey, you're doing all this great stuff, and it doesn't feel like it's that same slog or drive or frustration. And the rest of what you're doing, what you're experiencing, what you're engaged with, what you're playing with, flows in a really cool way too. And it seems to, well, no, it doesn't seem to. For me, it absolutely does lift you up. You know, sometimes you have to kind of look around and say, well, you know, I'm flying on rainbows right now. I don't really care if anybody notices, because it works for me. So have fun with it, play with it, and you're doing an amazing job. Keep doing it.